All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monday night's coverage. We're back on the GP series this evening at Marina Bay. It's Alan Paterson in the booth tonight, and I've got my good friend Nick Hodgson with me. Good evening, Nick.
Good evening, Alan, and welcome everybody to our first night race in the GP series. Very, very exciting stuff here in Singapore. Of course, this is an interesting one for us. We're racing physically at night and virtually at night.
Definitely. This is a first for us, and I must say it looks very pretty with all the lights on. I have to say, though, I think the guys are going to have a serious struggle with this track tonight with very little, if any, runoffs. It's like Monaco, but a much quicker version, and it's going to be as tight as heck.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I've been doing a few laps pre this race, and I've got to say, it is a very difficult track. You find some tracks just suit a particular kind of car, so I'll stick with the GP, and a track like Mugello, it just flows so nicely in a single-seater GP style car. Singapore, I was actually finding it's very, very difficult to get into a rhythm here. There's a lot of stop-start style corners, which of course, obviously these cars accelerate very quickly. They've got a lot of good turn-in, things like that, but it just, I don't know, maybe it's me as a driver, but yeah, it felt very difficult to get into a rhythm. Monaco, everybody knows that track. Singapore, less so, and we'll see what these guys have in store for us tonight.
Yes. Yeah, I was doing some testing with Ryan early on in the weekend, and I must agree with you, it's very difficult to recognize the corners. So even after 2 or 3 laps, you struggle to find where you are on the track.
Yes,
there's just no recognition, so to speak. So I think the guys are going to have a serious struggle, and whoever wins tonight they'll definitely deserve to have won this race. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So us watching here from our lofty commentary position, and you as viewers watching from the TV cameras, you've got the surrounding city to give you an idea of where you are. So you may think that we're talking absolute nonsense, that the drivers are kind of losing where they are.
Okay.
But when you go down to cockpit level,
yeah,
I was finding the advertising boards, the color of the barriers, all of that is so similar around the whole lap that there's very few visual cues to just trigger your brain to say exactly where you are on track. It's really quite disconcerting.
We're currently on board with Bertus Janssen van Rensburg in his cockpit as he starts his flying lap, and it's to your point, Nick. So I'm kind of looking around in the distance to look at what buildings are where and try and understand. Here's the big wheel, but you see the big wheel from both sides of the wheel. So
yes, exactly.
You come at it, yeah.
You also got to remember, as a driver, you're taking your braking markers often from the numbers, the 100, the 50, etc. But that's not enough to give you an indication of where you are. Every corner has those, so you've really got to be paying attention. And it's a street circuit with tight corners and difficult braking points. You're not necessarily checking which side of the big wheel you are. You've really got to be paying attention and looking where you're going.
Got you. Okay, so we're 11.5 minutes into left in the quali before they start putting up some quick times. We're going to just cover the usual stuff. So the weather info for this evening, it's a 8 p.m. race, 20 degrees Celsius, clear evening, temperatures 21, low 19, and track temperatures a low of 25.4 and a high of 27.4. So what does that tell you, Nick?
Well, I got to be honest, it should be from a from a conditions point of view, the drivers shouldn't have too much of an issue. As we see, Mario Skuan, they put in a 57.9 and immediately get beaten by Corne Briet. And that was interesting. In practice, we were noticing the guys' times quite a bit off from the HLQ, from the hot lap qualifying. very few getting into the 57s, where we had a whole raft of people in the 57s in the hot lap qualifying.
Yes.
So, you know, from a temperature point of view, I don't think anybody can complain. Track conditions seem all right. I will be expecting a low 157 to be getting pole, but we have seen Cornet get into the 56s. So, yeah,
Okay.
expect it's the guy who can really hook up a good lap here. So many opportunities for mistakes. The curbs in particular are often not your friend. So yeah, these drivers are going to have to be very careful in watching out.
Cool. So on the video right now, we're looking at the track map. On this version that I've got, it's just a bunch of T's, but you can see there are a number of turns, a couple of big name turns, only 3 of them. But you can see it's a layout around a couple of blocks downtown
Yeah, it really
Marina
shows when
Bay.
you look at that. Yeah, when you look at that track map, it's sort of 90-degree corners the
Exactly.
whole way.
Yep.
So you can really see what we mean by the stop-start nature of this circuit. So yeah, expect some locking up. There's certain points on this track, particularly where you go sort of over the bridge, things like that. Very easy to get it wrong, and if you get it stuck in the sort of the little slip road there, you know, we see these Formula One drivers just flip the car around and off they go again.
It's not that easy.
It's not easy, guys.
Yeah.
It is not easy. So yeah, if you get stuck there, that is going to cost you big time tonight.
Awesome. Okay, so just before we get to everyone on the YouTube channel, as usual, we're going to run an in-car video which was recorded earlier by Nick himself. I'm going to get that video up and running, and we shall see what it looks like to get round here. Stand by.
Alright, everybody, welcome, and another onboard flying qualifying style lap of the Formula 3s, this time around the Singapore Grand Prix circuit. You want to get onto the start-finish straight with a lot of speed, carry a lot of speed through the last corner, brake around the 75 marker, tuck the car in, use the far outside curb. You want to be tucked in further than I am there to get a good drive onto this short straight. Very tricky little corner coming up here. You want to brake just before the 50, get the car turned in, stay in third gear. You see I was a little bit quick through that corner, but get a lot of power down, and then it's flat through here. Nothing right-hander there, and then you're going to brake just after the 100, get the car turned in. You want to avoid the curbs, avoid all those curbs. Second gear, and out we go, and down again to second gear, into first gear even, to get a good drive and good turn in fact, for that corner, and then straight into the next one. Second gear for this, onto a fairly longish straight, and off we go. We're looking for just after the 100, bit of an odd corner, but left-hander, turn in into second gear. Stick with second gear through this chicane, difficult chicane. Car wants to understeer, and off we go again to another strange left-hander where the track actually turns very sharply right beforehand. But once again, back onto another straight. Very little respite on this whole track, and in fact the whole track looks very confusing to me. I did not get a good rhythm. As you see, I locked up into there, forgot almost what corner I was going into. Happens to me a lot while trying to learn this track. And as we come now starting towards the end of the lap, sort of another chicane once again. Lots of stop stuff over the bridge. Very easy to get it wrong. In fact, if you get it wrong there, turning the car around is next to impossible. Second gear again for this right-hander. You see how I missed that apex. That's really compromised me for the exit. And as we're coming to the last corner, fourth gear, there I got sort of a little bit of under and oversteer. It was just all going on through that corner, but across the line we go for a 58.2, and that is a qualifying lap of Singapore.
Awesome. Nick, thanks very much for that. That was most enlightening to watch, I must say.
You're very welcome, Alan. I hope everybody got a little bit of insight into the difficulties the drivers are facing tonight. We were just discussing now about when we go on board, have a look at the barriers on the left and right of the driver. The colors seem to denote the sectors. So when you see orange, then expect that to be sector 3. I should have probably started at the beginning. I think it starts in blue for sector 1.
Yes.
Green is sector 2, and orange is sector 3. So just watch out for that. You saw I did a 58.2 there. which wasn't particularly fast right now. That would have put me, what, 7th on the grid right now. But this track is really long. It goes on and on and on forever. As a driver, you really feel it by the end of a lap. So these guys, remember, are going to have to do 45 minutes of it. And with a 2-minute lap, 15-minute qualifying session, you don't get that many opportunities.
No, I'm just busy looking for who's up. Corne Brett currently in 3rd, and he's going positive 1/10 in his delta. And I'd like to just say hello to everyone on the YouTube channel tonight. It's Flat Sticks tonight. Peter Kralin, good evening. Zia Mohammed, let me just whip through everyone here. Sharon Skuman, hello Sharon. Craig Hunter's there, and then a lot of our drivers who are normally with us are online. Lionel Clues there. Sas van der Westhuizen, another commentator. Mark Janssen van Rensburg. Martin Joubert, good evening. Jason's there. Ryan Hill. Sean Bingham. Ruan. Dammit Apparel. Okay, Wimpy de Beer, hello. Next there, Gavin Murray. Welcome everybody, and hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a very good race this evening.
Yeah, Lionel, you must let us know why have you and Jacques taken a back seat for this one? Be very interested to find that out. As James Leach puts in a 57.7.
Go James!
Fantastic time from James. That really is epic. We've got Ruben Kruger sitting in pole position at the moment of 57.576. That's a very good time from Ruben. Very good indeed.
Bongi Mabida and Peter Wenzel have also just joined us in the YouTube channel. How's it?
How's it, chaps? Good to see you both here. And,
so
yeah, so we've got, sorry to
no problem.
We've got 2 people, James Leach and Corne Breed. Corne Breed sort of, remember, setting the pace on the HLQs, sitting in 3rd, both of them in the 57.7s with a 57.8 just behind them, so it's pretty close at the top.
Yeah,
I've got to say.
Corne's just gone on to another quick lap, so we'll follow him around for this.
As we see Philip Minnar putting in a fantastic time, 57.777. Slotting himself in just above Raymond Duggan, and that's what, 3,000ths of a second.
3,000. Yep.
Okay, these oaks are really starting to pull it out at the last, at the death of this qualifying.
Just quickly, with just under 3 minutes to go, the guys are currently all out on softs except for James Leach, Ryan Skywalker, Ryan de Azevedo, Iacopo Mamegi. Those 4 drivers are on mediums. Everyone else is on softs for this quali session. As we watch Corne Brett 1.5 tenths up as he goes into his middle sector of the track, and he's going quicker, actually, hugely quicker.
Improving.
Corne Brett up to half a second quicker now.
Wow, that's incredible. That really is finding some proper pace. And he's got some traffic ahead of him, moving out the way. But he's got, I think that's a BWR car in front of him.
Well, we just lost half of that time now.
Yeah, but he got a good drive. Look at it. He got a good drive out of the corner, so clawed a little bit of it back.
He's in the 3rd sector, as you can see by the orange barrier. So not much left on this. And he's gone back up to half a second. So let's see if he gets this round to the start-finish line. This is going to bump him up to...
This will be pole.
This will be pole easily.
Yeah, he's doing very well. 6 tenths now. Goodness, he is absolutely on it. Oh, got a BWR car just in front of him. Shouldn't affect the lap.
No, he's
7
good.
7 tenths now. Look at this. Watch this.
56.
57 dead.
57-0. Great lap.
That was properly done there by Corne Brett. I'm not sure we're going to see anything improving on that. We've got Matthew Boy in 7th right now, who is 0.3 of a second up. Oh, and as I say that, he gets it all
well done, Nick. That was all you this time. That was you.
Apologies, Matthew.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
That's not how you treat a teammate at all.
Let's go and hunt for anyone else. Ryan Skywalker. No, he's a little down.
Ooh, yes, we've got Gerard Pretorius, who is 3.5 tenths up in the 3rd sector.
Okay, got him. Here we go. See if he can carry this through.
Over the bridge. The bridge is very tricky. You got it there. You see, he hit those bumps. Very, very tricky.
Are you going over or under a bridge, Nick?
I think you're going over. Ooh, actually no.
There's a roof over your head there.
There is a roof over your head, but it could be a walkway.
Oh, he just threw it away right there.
Somebody let us know. Oh, and Paterson, no, he's gone up to third.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
He did improve to a 57.6. Just jumping into the sixes there. Corne Breed now looking very pretty in the 57.0. Although Ruben Kruger, oh no, he made a mistake. Unfortunately, was looking for a good lap.
Sorry guys, I'm just flying through cars here. Okay, Mike LaRue, he's currently 2.5, 3/10 up, and he's in the last sector. Mike down in 18th place, looking to improve.
Do quite well here.
He's going to oh, he threw it all away under that bridge there.
No, but he got a good drive out. Look at that. Got a great drive out.
Okay.
So he's different strategy, clearly based on his personal best.
Well, this is an improvement. Here's the line.
Out. Look at this. Here we go. Got the last corner properly hooked up and slots straight up into 15th position. That was fantastic. That's
great drive. So who else is still out?
Ryan Skywalker had improved on his best.
Hein van Niekerk. Over the line at half a second improvement.
Goodness,
bang!
That is impressive.
He goes up to 7th yesterday.
Straight up there. Wow, people really making it count right at the death. Super competitive.
All right, we're going to go to a quick ad break, and we'll be back for the grid lineup. So just stand by. Alrighty, we're back with the grid, and it is a pretty looking grid.
Yeah, it is very looking absolutely fantastic underneath the lights.
Why do I have Ryan de Azevedo in pole?
It's probably just Assetto Corsa showing things a little bit wonky sometimes. It does do that. Don't worry, I'm sure that will all get sorted out very, very, very soon as those lights go out. We've got about 20 seconds to go before they go out, and once we get the race underway, we'll obviously hope these guys all get away nice and cleanly. We've seen incidents before at Singapore. Let's see what's in store for us as we see the lights. Come on.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. Here we go. Alright, there we go. Screens adjusted. We're back with Cornet in pole as they make their way.
Azevedo lost out, got tagged a little bit by a couple of people. That's gone quite sideways. They're all slowly working their way through. That's really without Cornet Breed and who's that? Ruben Kruger to break away from the pack immediately. A few places swapped all over the field now. As guys really trying to find their way, we've got side by side down the Raffles Boulevard.
Just through the first complex, left, right, left, I caught up with James Leach, who was playing a bit of ping pong with a few other cars, but they all straightened themselves out. So they're coming in a rush, and there's a whole bunch of them.
Oh dear, it looks like there's a bit of a pile up at the back. Matthew Boy's really lost out. He was down all the way to 17th, but he's now worked his way all the way back up to 13th with that little pile up as they came onto St Andrews Road. Okay.
Just watching Brent Lindsay Ray, Team Odin Racing. He's just ahead of this whole bunch of people. James Leach now in 12th, and he was in... Oh no, that's another Leach. That's Rainier Leach, I'm sorry.
Rainier Leach in 12th. James Leach is in 7th.
There we go. Okay.
At one stage was in second position, but I think got sort of bumped down a little bit. On the start.
These guys are next to each other. Mike LaRue and Bjorn Buchner, etc. Grasser, they're all still dicing at the back. So the Azevedo Pretorius change at the front.
Oh, yes. Good move there by Pretorius. Getting ahead.
Oh, just misses that barrier.
It's very close. The margins here are going to be absolute millimeters for these guys to be racing so close as they are right now.
And they're all lining up behind Hero Pretorius right now. He's feeling this heat. The Azevedo runs deep.
Does run deep. And remember, Singapore doesn't have too many long straights. You're kind of looking at in this first sector after we go through this first complex. Oh, side by side,
Marius.
banging wheels. Marius and Minar.
Yeah, that was a good dive down the inside. That was a full send, and he made it stick.
Yeah, he licked that stamp and certainly sent that one. Oh dear, a little bit of a tag on the back. Well held, very, very well held on the Raffles Boulevard. That's
Van Niekerk and Minnar.
Yeah, they're not pulling off for some reason. But yeah, these drivers really struggling to find some consistency at the moment.
Minnar is struggling. He's against the wall all the way down the straight.
I wonder if he's waiting for someone. Maybe he thought he made contact and so was waiting for someone, but they'd already gone past. Possibly.
Going back up to Kruger. Kruger is half a second behind Cornet Briet and pushing.
I was about to say, so Cornet Briet, remember, was half a second ahead of everybody in qualifying. He really pulled out that stonking lap, but you know, that's not where the race is won.
No.
And yeah, Ruben certainly seems to have settled in nicely behind Cornet Briet.
Leach is just going backwards. Sorry, he's down to 14th now.
Yeah, 15th. He must have had an incident. I wonder if he's got stuck somewhere. Yeah, he's got stuck down a side road, and that's
it's Renier Leach.
Yeah, Renier Leach. I was talking about it in the qualifying. If you get stuck in one of those side roads, really going to cost you. It's going to take a long time, and very easy, in fact, to smack the car and pick up some damage.
Skuman, Mario Skuman again. He's right on the back of.
Oh, we've had a change for the lead. Ruben Kruger.
They're next to each other.
Into first position, getting the inside line for Shears corner, I think that is. And as they go onto, goodness, I've got to say, Cornet Briet, Republic
He took
Boulevard,
an odd line there.
He took a very odd line.
Yeah.
That's made him lose a huge amount of time.
Okay, let's watch him here. And Hero Pretoria is not too far back either. So first, second, and third are in the same frame here.
And remember, the start of this race, the top two, Kruger and Briet, really got a good getaway from the rest of the pack as they were squabbling.
100%.
So, you know, these two fighting, I think it's brought Hero Pretorius
closer
back into the fray. Once he got to break away in that third position.
YouTube, welcome Dirk Brand and tire choices, sure. Mediums, everyone on mediums except Gerard Pretorius in third, Maria Skuman in fifth, James Leach on softs, Leon Leroux on softs, Mike Leroux, Renier Leach, Bjorn Buchner and Graham Stoppel. They're all on softs, everyone else on mediums.
That's very interesting. I've got to say, I'm surprised the soft tires are going to hold out. We will see how this plays out in the race, but Ruben Kruger, certainly I think his first time leading a GP race here at SimRace SA, so that's fantastic for him.
And leading well now.
Yeah, and leading very well, 1.3 seconds ahead. Remember, no DRS. It's not like these guys are looking for DRS zones or anything like that.
No.
But certainly that's a nice lead to have at this stage. Not a comfortable one by any stretch of the imagination, but you're certainly concentrating on your own drive at this point with a 1.8 second lead, rather than the guy behind you making a move. So this is fantastic news for Ruben. And he sets the fastest lap at 59 dead, whereas Cornet Briet did a 2:01. So Cornet is really off the pace at this stage.
Yeah. We're just currently doing an onboard lap with Gerard, just showing our viewers the nightlife from Bay Marina.
Yeah, trying to start to put the pressure on Cornet Briet. It's not the gap there is now down to 6/10 of a second.
I see that. I'm going to jump back to Gerard Pretorius. looking
really in
ahead
trouble.
at Corne Briet.
Yeah, he's really in trouble. Is Corne Briet at this stage of the race?
So what do you think? There might have been a contact somewhere when he's driving with an injured car, Nick?
Honestly, I didn't see it, and quite frankly, the gap between the two I don't think was big enough.
Okay.
Unless he clipped the wall.
Yeah.
Potentially, maybe it was just a brush against the wall, and now he's struggling somewhat. It could be that, but yeah, very very difficult to say. Potentially, his team could get in touch with us and let us know if it is something like that.
I've jumped 2 cars back. Pretorius' teammate Marius Skuman, who is all over the back of Ryan de Azevedo, and Ryan is just soaking up the pressure right now. Oh, and there comes another sender from Marius. He's definitely looking to go down the inside here.
Yeah, he's very racy.
Yeah.
Getting very racy onto Raffles Avenue, or through Raffles Avenue, I should say. Oh, those chicanes are so painful. It's so easy to understeer through those.
Well, let's see if... Yeah?
Ryan was clipping the curbs there. Might work in a flying qualifying lap, but I'm not sure that's the best way to do it in the race.
Nick, from the camera, the TV cameras, they don't look that big. Okay, the one on the inside of the pit lane there was a huge sausage, but these other curbs look pretty flat. Are they? Is there a curb?
Well, some of them are definitely flat. So
okay.
You can see the curb that Skuman just clipped.
Yes, the exit. Yes,
that's quite hefty. But the next one isn't so bad. So you've got curbs that are virtually non-existent, and those that feel a little bit like a mountain. In fact, some of these you can kind of beach the car on there. So you know they're so impressive speed bump wise. 2/10 an hour difference.
Oh, I tell you what. Oh, here it comes.
He's gonna send it.
Oh,
he's gonna send it for sure.
Oh, that's far too hot.
Yeah, he hit the curb there, and in fact, the curb he's just driven off over is also one that you sort of beach the car on.
And Van Niekerk did well to take advantage of that mishap. Van Niekerk's gone past Marius Skuman as well. Ryan de Azevedo was doing excellently there to absorb a lot of pressure. Where's my commentator gone? Hello, Ivan Karamaker on YouTube. How's it, buddy? Reinhold Brink, good evening. Let's go back to the front. Ruben Kruger. I have a feeling my commentator's lost connectivity or his microphone or something. But, Nick, are you there? We've got no audio from you at all, Nick. I can't hear you at all. Maybe a disconnect and a reconnect, buddy. Alright, so 35 minutes. Nick, you there? No, I've still got nothing, buddy. Ruben Kruger leading from Corne Briet, 1.8 seconds. Gerard Pretorius, however, is closing on the back of Corne Briet. That gap, half a second here. As we see Oosthuizen and Lindsay Ray having a little bit of a dice. Oh, and there's a bit of contact. We just caught the end of that. I didn't see it, but Lindsay Ray's going again. Just behind him is Skywalker and Matthew Boy. I think there might have been contact with Matthew because Matthew was also static. So he might have actually stopped to let Brent Lindsay Ray gather his car back together and get going again. So it looks like all's good. Nick, are you there? No. Oh, we've had a huge failure on our other commentator side. So we'll just give him a bit of time to try and sort his audio out. Nick, I can see you, and I can see you going bold, but you're not muted, and I can't hear you at all, my friend. Check you haven't put yourself on mute somewhere. Back up at the front, Ruben Kruger, 2.5 seconds out. Oh, Skuman's close up here. Let's go back to Marius Skuman. He's 3/10 behind the back of Hein van Niekerk. And looking for another trademark Marius Send It moment. Sus, how's it? No, next he's connecting and disconnecting because he's obviously working his audio, so that's what I can hear him going on and off here, but he's definitely muted on his side. Oh, Marius has just tapped the back of Van Niekerk, slowed down, let Van Niekerk straighten himself out and kept his position. Well done, Marius. Nick, are you there? Nope, I can see you talking, I can't hear you, Nick. Jovan Oosthuizen down in 10th place, having a lonely drive on his own here. Minnar, Philip Minnar, on the back of Mike LaRue. Oh, the cars look amazing under the lights. The liveries definitely look stunning. Got to hand it to all the team captains and all the artists. Oh, getting a little bit sideways as they come onto the start-finish line. Boom. Let me just catch up here. Okay, so apparently this could be me, so bear with me here, people. We'll be with you shortly. Hello, Nick.
Hello, Alan.
It's me. I can hear you.
Yay, I'm back, everybody.
Alright, sorry, chaps. So, this is one of my legacy problems where my headphones or whatever just slowly but surely disconnect and...
Van Niekerk dived down the inside of Schoeman, got it all wrong. They collided wheels, but Schoeman managed to continue on.
Heinz in the wall.
But yeah, Hein unfortunately did end up in the wall. He's now lost the place out to Raymond Duggan, it looks like, who says, thank you very much, I'll take that, and go after Schoeman now. Corne Bread has seemed to stabilize his times. I notice he's done a 59.0 as his last lap time, whereas Kruger, although actually, yeah, Kruger's last lap time was a 58.2, so I tell you what, Kruger's on it. He's on it properly, guys. This is a fantastic drive by Kruger. He's got the rhythm of this track. He must do to be doing times like that so consistently. His best is a 58.1, and his last was a 58.2. So yeah, he's flying at the moment. And
sliding it and having a lot of fun by the looks of things.
Yeah. This man seems to only know one way, and it seems to be flat out. I'll tell you what.
Just jumping back to 4th round Azevedo. He is looking at the back of Marius Pretorius and trying to hang on to him.
Gerard Pretorius, but yes.
I mean Gerard Pretorius, I beg your pardon.
See, what would you do without me, Alan?
True. Ryan, thanks for the fix. Sorry, everybody, it was me. The only problem is I don't know it's me.
Matthew Boy qualified well up into the top 10, but has had an absolute yo-yo of a race. He got punted all the way down to sort of 18th on lap 1. Worked his way up into the top 10, is now all the way down in 17th. I didn't see him pit, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And in fact, he has just set his personal best of the race, 2:01. So he's not going that quickly at the moment. He's sort of 3 seconds off the leader. So I'm wondering maybe he must be carrying a lot of damage or something there.
I've just noticed Hein van Niekerk go back past Raymond Duggan up into 6th. So Hein van Niekerk, one of our new members, is pretty quick in these cars, I must say.
Yep, definitely part of the LLC racing. Of course, Ruben Kruger, also part of LLC racing, leading the race. So fantastic to see.
Looking further down the grid, Minar's just had a position change. Oh, as I catch him. Nick, are you there? Gosh, this is bad tonight. Nick.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm back. Okay, Gerard Pretorius and Ryan Azevedo have just swapped places. Gerard seemed to make a mistake because the difference between the two was was too big for suddenly into there to be a move. So, yeah, I think that's what's happened there. And Ryan has worked his way up into for Flying Gypsies into third position.
Okay.
And now I'm just having a look at Ryan's times. He's sort of doing mid 58s, and Corne Breed is struggling again at sort of low 59s. So we could see Ryan start to catch up to Corne.
Yep.
And Mike LaRue is in the pits at the moment. Very early. Actually, no, not too early. 27 minutes to go, so early-ish pit stop. But if you're carrying some damage, then yeah, makes sense.
Currently watching Marius Pretorius. Stabilized at 4th place, and there's actually big gaps all the way through the field now already.
It really is.
Down to 16th. Leach is pretty close. Rainier Leach. He's 7/10 on the back of Matthew Boy. So, yeah, I've got to believe Matthew's probably clouted these barriers or the wall somewhere, and he's carrying a bit of damage.
He must be, except he's just done his quickest lap of the race, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Is it a competitive time?
He's about 2 seconds off the quickest time at the moment in the race. The top guys seem to be doing
58.
58. I mean, Kruger seems to be the only one doing low 58s. I'll grant you that.
Yeah.
Briet's on 59s. Azevedo's 59s. Yeah, so really, really struggling. But we do have Leon LaRue in 13th, looking to make a move on Lindsay Ray. He's only 7/10 of a second now behind.
It's also a fantastic looking livery.
Yeah, it is
black and white. I like the new designs, I must say.
Yeah, they are very, very good.
One man I'm quite surprised with is older Graham Stoppel, who I was actually about to say I'll put some money on him tonight, and he's actually all the way at the back of the grid.
He must have had a catastrophic start to the race, damaged multiple times, and I think he's probably pitted to be that far.
He's 2.3 seconds off his delta, so he's literally just nursing the car around at the moment. So I think the car's broken.
Yeah, as Lindsay Ray has made an awful mistake, and LaRue has flown past him and already put 3 seconds gap between the two. And Ryan Skywalker is now
all over the back.
All over the back. Also for LLC Racing, I've got to tell you, these LLC Racing boys are having a fantastic evening. They really are. Gerard Pretorius, 0.3 of a second behind Ryan de Azevedo now. So, goodness, these two just can't decide who's going to be taking that final podium position at this stage.
I just caught Ryan get a little, almost run out of talent. But he caught it all up, and Brent's managed to get a little bit of daytime between himself and Ryan. Oh, Kruger's in the pits.
Kruger is in the pits. Our race leader's in the pits as Pretorius and Azevedo go across the start-finish line. Pretorius was half a second quicker than Azevedo on that lap, even though he made a bit of a mistake on the final corner.
Yeah, he's going through.
He's doing well here. Yep. Get a good drive onto, I think this is Raffles Boulevard. It is indeed 0.3 behind. Let's see what difference this makes. Not too much. The slipstream is not making a massive difference here tonight.
Westhuizen in the pits.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of guys jumping into the pits now. I imagine by about 20 minutes, everybody's going to be pitted, especially if these folks are all running on soft tires, which I still find incredible that they're able to do. Yep,
Gerard Pretorius is seriously looking to get past Ryan de Azevedo right now.
Yeah. And we saw Ryan running a little bit wide.
Hello, Zander on the YouTube channel. He's joined us with Dammit Apparel, one of the main sponsors online, and watching the race as well. Good evening.
Fantastic to have you guys here. Very much welcome, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Azevedo's had a really busy race this first 30 minutes or so. People have been hustling him to actually pass.
Yeah, he's still doing all right. Oof, Paterson using way too much of the curb, bouncing the car all over, and that's lost him about a second. As they're locking up as we go over the bridge, or under the bridge, whichever it is. No one's let me know yet, so...
No. I'm looking at here the teammates. Han van Niekerk is with Ruben Kruger. And they're flying formation for LLC Racing.
Yeah, so Kruger, who's obviously pitted.
Here comes Han in the pits.
He's come out now in 5th position.
Yeah.
But he is in some nice clean air. So right now, the undercut, so to speak, for him is going absolutely fine. I don't think he's going to be worried. He's not stuck in traffic. That's the key.
Lindsay Ray. Yo, Skywalker and Lindsay Ray. They've stuck together with Sellotape. Lindsay Ray doing a send it. Oh, he's...
Oh, not quite.
Oh, no. And Skywalker's
running wide, but now Lindsay Ray should have the inside line here.
He's piling into the pit.
He's pitting.
Okay. Oh, Brent!
Oh dear. That's you see what I mean?
That wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you, but you see what I mean by these
Jeez, those are sausages.
Yeah, they really beached the car properly. So that is unfortunate for Lindsay Ray. That's really not gone according to plan for him.
I'm just gonna see if we've got some of that on replay. Oh, we do. Oh, Brent, bang, smash into the wall. Sorry, buddy. Okay.
Paterson really all over the back of D'Azevedo. In fact, he's 2/10 up on his personal best right now. Although last lap he only did a 2-minute dead. Oh, locking up onto Raffles Avenue. I think those tires have had enough. They are not interested to play ball anymore.
Dammit Apparel, who is your driver and your trainers? Please share. Who are your team pilots here tonight? Alexander Lewis. There's somebody on this track that is flying the flag for Dammit Apparel. I'm not too sure who it is.
Philip Minard now very close behind Matthew Boy.
Yeah, Matthew Boy must be wondering what on earth is actually going on with his evening, hey?
Yeah, it's really not gone to plan whatsoever. We finally see Ruben Kruger do a flying lap at a 59 dead, so he's still not up to his usual pace, but that's not too bad for your first flying lap.
Oh, and he's going down the inside. Matthew lets him go. Didn't put up too much of a fight there. I think Matthew's seriously nursing a very sick car right now.
God, it baffles belief to me that he's doing that and hasn't pitted. Surely an early pit would be the right way to go with damage.
Agreed.
Changing the strategy. I know you're obviously then going to have carried more fuel than you needed to, but yeah, it does baffle me slightly. I'd have taken the fuel pain happily. You see how much understeer he's got. It's and I mean he's not pitted again. 20 minutes to go. Is he really going to go all the way to 15 minutes, or is he trying to nurse these tires to the end? Is he not pitting at all? I don't know. This is bizarre to me, guys.
Sorry, we're on board with Mike LaRue, and we've just seen Brent Lindsay Ray's just come out the pits, and he's clattered into the wall under that overpass. And they're coming over the start-finish line now, so Brent's already hurt that freshly pitted car of his.
That's unfortunate. I wonder if he did fix the damage, if he had enough time to set that in as his pit stop strategy.
Okay. It's Chantel Hansen, but she's not racing here tonight. No, I think she'll be in one of the Wednesday nights. Yeah, she's from Dammit Apparel.
Okay, fantastic.
There we go. Yeah, so
really welcome. We hope you enjoy it here at SimRace SA. Okay, so I've got a few tidbits for everybody.
Yes, Shane, Nick, I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Right, so this is provided to me by my teammates before the start of the race. Okay, so according to the chaps, the nature of the track being more on the brakes than on the power makes this one of the most fuel-efficient races to date. In testing last night, I did just over 48 minutes on a tank. Okay, so that's without having to refuel. Not sure how many others will have looked into this, but we are considering a no-stop race tonight.
Interesting.
This track position here will be huge.
Interesting.
So, he also, my teammates also suspected that some other teams, particularly Flying Gypsies, they thought might be onto this.
Okay.
But they weren't sure what was going to happen. So, maybe that's what Matt's doing. He's just not going to pit. But I've got to say, right now it doesn't look like it's going to be paying off, guys. Sorry. And again, if he's carrying damage, that could be why running with damage the whole race. Oof.
Minno's in the Skywalker's in the pit. Minnow and Boy just go past him. So the first man who pitted earlier, Kruger, is now in 4th place. With Briet, De Azevedo and Pretorius out on the track, and they have yet to pit, if at all, based on this information you've just said.
That is now what I'm wondering. So, can we get a tyre update, particularly on Briet, Azevedo, Pretorius, and Boy? Let's see what tyres these guys are running. Do they think they can get to the end on softs?
Got you. Okay, so Nick, on the YouTube, so Dammit Apparel is Chantel, who is the lady racer, but she is Mike LaRue is her hubby. Yes. Okay, so we've got it now. All right, cool. Oh, everyone's piling in the pits. Look here.
Oh, there we go. So Azevedo, Briet doesn't seem to.
No, Pretorius is.
Pretorius do.
Okay, so let's see, where's Cornet? Cornet's gone past. Right, so Cornet is, Kruger's now up into 2nd, and
if I'm wrong, Cornet's Flying Gypsies, is he not? He is.
Yes.
And Matthew suspected that Flying Gypsies may be running the whole race without pitting.
So Cornet might have let those people go early on in the race because he was kind of just looking at a more consistent lap than breakneck speeds to run a more economical car.
This could be a master stroke here from Cornet. And remember, he was not running particularly quick lap times for a long, long time. We couldn't understand
That's
why,
right.
in comparison to
those
Kruger.
Around him. Yep. Right, so currently watching Cornet as he goes round. Kruger 14.5 seconds behind him. With 15 minutes to go, so if Cornet has actually saved enough petrol and he hasn't overcooked these medium tires,
he's on mediums.
He's on mediums.
There we go. You see, everybody else running softs, I think, will have had to stop. But he's mediums. Okay, so who else is on mediums there, Alan?
Cornet, Ruben, Kruger, Raymond, Duggan, Iacopo. The first 4 all on mediums. Hero, Pretorius, and James Leach back onto softs.
Okay, that is interesting. So Kruger is on mediums, but he has pitted, of course. He's now 14 seconds behind Briet. Jason's joined us on the YouTube, and he's got his theories here about Kruger's pace at the start and all the rest. So being low on fuel, that does make sense. He ran a light car, and that's why he had to pit. So if Cornet is going to run the entire race without pitting, he's going to... Okay, that gap's now 14.5 from 16. So Kruger is pushing like mad to catch him, that's for sure. Okay, so to give you an idea, Briet's last lap was a 58.9, so he's not exactly slow at this stage of the race. So Kruger's was a 58.8. Yeah, remember what's going to happen is there's kind of these 2 graphs happening at the same time. One where you're with your tire life, and one with your fuel. And as your fuel comes down, the car goes quicker, and as your tire life degrades, your car goes slower. So at some point, they will kind of cross over. That's correct. It seems like Cornet is kind of in that sweet spot where he's still got tires, but his fuel's getting low. But I'm certainly suspecting that towards the end of the race, potentially his tires could go off so much that it's going to swing the other way. So we're going to certainly find out. He's got a big enough lead to manage this pace, so to speak. Yep. Especially as Kruger was quicker last lap, but by only 0.3, and that's not going to be enough for 13 minutes. I see James Leach and both Leaches are in the pits. Van Niekerk currently, Hein Van Niekerk next to each other with Ryan De Azevedo again. And we're going to have about 7 laps left of this race, just doing some quick maths. Yes. And if the gap's 14 seconds, that means Kruger's going to have to catch him a 2 second
A
lap.
lap, correct.
So unless Briet slips down immediately, so right now, unless Briet's doing 2-minute laps and Kruger's doing 58
158. Yep.
You know, Briet's got this under control now.
I think so. I do.
He really does. This is some experience showing from the Flying Gypsies. This is really fantastic strategy.
Currently watching Marius Skuman with Marco Grassa in the Gunston car right behind the Marius's orange and black car. They've 8th and 9th. But Van Niekerk half a second off the back of the Azevedo again and attacking. I'm very impressed with Hein van Niekerk actually. He's one of our newest drivers and he's showing, do you see that
some
drift?
Skills.
Some Wind Diesel stuff there, man. Jeez. That was amazing. Did I record that?
If you're going to show off for the cameras, you may as well do it in style. I tell you what.
Yeah. It's just
LLC Racing having none of the limelight taken away from them tonight.
Nothing. I'm putting that on replay here. Oh yes. Oh, and he hangs it out all the way around. That was a full-on drift. That was ascended. Okay. So we're down to 12 minutes with the gap at 14 seconds. I think Cornet's actually smiling inside that helmet.
Tell you what, if Cornet does take the checkered flag here, when we have a chat to him, we've got to ask, why did Ryan pit when Cornet did not? So they're both in part of Flying Gypsies.
Because Ryan had an accident earlier on in the race.
Ah, good point. Good point. So
he had a huge collections earlier on, and there was damage. Okay, otherwise, they would have both run no pit stops.
You know who has suddenly come out of nowhere?
Ikopa Mamegi.
Absolutely, in 4th position. Also running very long. So him and Matt obviously also trying to run super long. His last lap time was a 2-minute dead. His best was a 59.7. So, you know, he's been pretty consistent as well.
Yep.
But he does have Gerard Pretorius.
He does have Gerard Pretorius, who's keeping him honest.
Yep. Let us see what the pressure does to Marmegi.
I'll tell you what, while we're watching this race, I'm watching the timing screens, and Cornet Briet's extending his gap over Kruger.
Yep. 59.2 for Kruger in that last lap. Cornet Briet, what was that? A 58.7. So
15 seconds out with 10 minutes to go.
Really is looking comfortable. Masterclass at the moment.
Masterclass, agreed.
Marmegi's absolutely on the limits. You can see him taking all of the risks on the.
Here comes Pretorius.
Not quite close enough. He's going to want to be close behind onto Raffles. And I mean, look how close he is now. 0.2 of a second on Republic Boulevard. Coming through the right hand.
He had a moment. He had another moment.
Yeah. Manages to collect it, but I think this is position taken.
This is it. He's on the inside. He's going to have this.
Inside for the Marmegi's on the inside actually. But no, position done and dusted. Thank you very much, says Pretorius, and off on his way.
Great move.
Somewhat understandable. You know, he's on better tires.
Yes.
But I think Marmegi is not going to be too disappointed with that. He certainly, I think he qualified down at about 11th or 12th. And he's all the way up to 5th now. So, you know, strategy really playing into Marmegi's hands.
Absolutely. Hein van Niekerk in 7th, still harassing the back of Ryan de Azevedo. This gap hasn't been outside of a second for I don't know how many laps. But he just can't seem to get there. Ryan de Azevedo's put on a huge display of defensive driving this evening.
Yeah, he really has. Doing the Flying Gypsies proud, but Van Niekerk really showing what the new kids on the block can do. And he's done. Oh, that's a fantastic
That was
move.
brilliant. Undercut completely.
Yeah. I think he's gonna have the inside line for the chicane.
He stopped it well enough.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a good move.
That was brilliant. Well done. Hein. Fantastic racing.
Let's see if I got that on replay. That was an amazing overtake.
And now he's off and looking for Marmegi. 7 seconds up the road, but he is doing about a second a lap quicker Maggie at this stage of the race. With Cornet Breed, it doesn't look like he's going to be slowing down anytime soon.
No, that was a great overtake, and both drivers being fully aware of their surroundings in that cockpit, you know?
Yeah, that's how we like to see racing happening here.
That was excellent racing. Good evening, Gert Snyman on YouTube. How's it? Okay, Marius Skuman is in the pits, strangely enough.
Damage?
I don't know.
From 8 minutes to go.
8th place. He's
the
gone.
Only reason
oh, he's out.
He's a BWR driver. None of the BWRs seem to have tried the long run. So
no. I think this was a splash and dash, this, or splash and go, whatever. Gap still at 14 seconds to Kruger, so I can't see, with that Cornet actually panel beating his car into oblivion, he's not going to lose this race.
And I tell you what, now with Skuman coming out the pits, Oosthuizen, another LLC driver, is on the back of Skuman. LLC drivers really having a proper battle here tonight, and that's so often what racing is about. It's about finding those battles, getting that enjoyment, the wheel-to-wheel racing. And down further, Minnar and Skywalker having at it as well. Both gaps around 0.7 of a second.
Yeah, they're also close.
Just because we've got 6 minutes to go does not mean the race is over yet.
No, not at all.
Nothing is decided.
Oh, for once that gap is sub 14. Okay.
Yeah, just for a moment.
Just for a moment. Sure.
In fact, Kruger's last lap was a 58.4, and Briet was a 59.7. So certainly some chunks of time were removed there, but I just feel it's too little, too late here.
I'll tell you what. Sorry, Nick. Kruger is probably wondering what on earth did he actually do wrong. He's had a perfect race. He pit stopped exactly when he needed to. He had awesome pace, and he's sitting there twiddling his thumbs 14 seconds behind whoever's leading the race going,
what on earth happened?
Oh, there's a huge collision here with Philip Minnar. Oh dear.
Skywalker,
he's done well. Philip Minnar's pulled over to let the driver come back past him. That's great stuff, Philip. Who's that with? There he comes now. It's Skywalker.
Yep, rearranging themselves.
Well done. He moved over and he stopped for Ryan Skywalker to come past.
Yep. So Matthew Boy with his no stop strategy is now up to 12th. But not running quickly at all. At 2:03 his last lap time. So really struggling. But desperately trying to make that long strategy, which we see in Cornet Breed.
I'll tell you what, Nick. Here's another thought to consider. How comfortable do you think Cornet Breed is in the car right now? Going, yeah, I've got enough fuel, or going, geez, I don't know if I've got enough to get to the end.
Well, I mean, it's 45 minutes, and okay, so let's say you go over the start-finish line with 1 second to go. Assetto Corsa will say that you still have to do a full lap.
Yeah.
So that'll be another 2 minutes, so that'll be to 47 minutes, and we know that you can do 48 minutes worth of running. So
but at what pace, though, Nick? I mean, we don't know if it was race pace or if he was idling.
No, well, look, when Matthew would have tested, there would be no point in him not doing it at race pace.
Okay, good point.
So it would have been at race pace, and also my understanding is this is the way Assetto Corsa works this out. Fuel usage is by lap time more than kind of throttle position and all those fancy things that Assetto Corsa Competizione does.
Okay.
There are no fuel maps or anything like that. So,
I mean, I would hate to see Cornet Breed 3 corners from the main straight come to a grinding halt.
Yeah. What we might see, though, is him managing the time down. So if he's got 12 seconds...
Yeah, but he would have done it by now.
He doesn't want to do another lap. He might do a lap that is very, very slow on the last lap.
All right, it is slowly coming down, so I think he is managing it. But you know, he could afford to essentially lose a second to 2 seconds a lap and still win this race. And he's,
I mean, he's pretty much bang on his delta at the moment. Got a little bit wrong out of that corner, but you know, 2/10 off is best, not bad.
True.
Last lap of 58.9. You know, you're not going to sneeze at that lap time. If that's managing your pace, thank goodness.
No,
that's properly well done. And a 59.0 for his for this lap that we just see him go over the line for. So I think he's feeling fairly comfortable in the car. He's gonna just try and keep his pace thereabouts. You don't want to back off too much though. Ooh, Kruger, fastest lap of the race, 57.7. The man is on it right now, desperately trying to bring that gap down. It's under 12 seconds though.
Yeah, but it's
maybe he can get
it's a false sense of security. I mean, it's you know, that's not him ahead of him. You know, it's 12 seconds is still 12 seconds. I was just watching Jovan Oosthuizen, who's cruising around in 11th. He's quite close on the back of Marius Skuman. So Marius has kind of been involved in it all evening, all the way up and down the grid. And then Lindsay Rain Leach have just had a moment.
Leach, I think,
there's 3 of them.
Mistake because he's now fallen back and he's about to lose another place to Renier Leach. So the Leach is having a go at it as well.
Bjorn Buchner here involved with all of this as well. Oh, who was that?
That's a Leach in a wall. That's a James Leach in a wall.
That's a James Leach in a wall.
Oh, as we see Hein van Niekerk taking Marmegi now. So Marmegi running 2-minute laps. And
Hein van Niekerk is he's impressive, man. Sure.
58.5 his last lap, his quickest lap. And the following lap he goes and takes a position. Having a fantastic race for LLC.
Dirk Brad saying on YouTube, I mustn't even go there with this running out of fuel with 3 corners to go.
Sorry, Dirk.
It's listen, I mean,
bring up bad memories.
If Matthew listen, if Matthew Boy says it can happen, then it's going to happen. So hopefully Cornet's worked it out and he's feathering it enough.
Yeah, he's run a 2-minute lap last time, and there's 1 minute to go on the clock, guys. So this is the final lap. This is definitely going to be the final lap. The clock will count down about halfway around, and then he just needs to make this one last lap stick.
We'll do this lap on board with Cornet.
Yeah, let's see how comfortable he's looking. All the way down, Raffles does seem to be short shifting a little bit, I'm going to say. Braking early as well, not wanting to lock up at this late stage.
Yeah, he's not.
Tires nicely, you got the time.
Driving it well, not over driving it.
Yeah.
Gaps down sub 10.
Yeah, definitely short shifting.
Oh, that was a bit wide.
Yeah, getting some decent understeer there. As you say, gap is sub 10. I'm just gonna go check what Kruger did last lap. Kruger was a 59.1, so a fairly quick lap. Not his best by a long way.
Yeah, no, Cornet's
drivers have struggled to be on the pace. Like
he's got traffic.
Yeah, he does.
There's 2 cars up ahead here. I think this is Bjorn Buchner.
Yeah, he doesn't need to worry though. He's got 8.5 seconds. It is coming down quickly though.
Oh, they've just had a collision. Yeah, okay, there was a bit of contact. I thought he'd come around the corner and find 2 cars across the track.
Yeah, just banging wheels a little bit, and again locking up. Oh, guys.
And he's approaching the back end of this dice. He's almost now at the end of the lap.
Yeah, going across the bridge. Oh, he's got it all wrong.
Bjorn went straight. Yep.
Yeah, in front. Unfortunate. That's going to be difficult to recover from.
No, you put the gas down and you spin it round and it just happens, Nick.
Sure. Okay. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you see 3rd gear through this last corner.
Well done, Cornet.
Well done. Great run. Great. 202. You can see how happy he is.
Yeah.
For his last lap. Yep, really managed it.
Oh, Cornet. Ruben spun.
Oh, he has.
Has he finished the lap?
No, he hasn't.
No, he has.
Now he has.
Jeez, that was close.
Well done. Well done, Ruben.
Here comes Ruben, Raymond Duggan. And he's coming over for third, 18 seconds back. So
Yeah, fantastic. We thought it was going to be either Gerard Pretorius or Ryan de Azevedo. Turns out it's Raymond Duggan who gets the third place. Gerard is fourth.
Gerard fourth, Hein van Niekerk a great fifth.
Yeah, fantastic fifth place, and actually a wonderful sixth place for Marmegi as well. I think his best result in a long time.
He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, well managed race. Very, very nicely done by Marmegi. De Azevedo, I think you will see this as a bit of a missed opportunity for a podium position. But
he had a heavy race.
He did.
He was busy.
Decent recovery. Marco Grasser in 8th place, very well done, as well as Marius Skuman, who also had, I think, a fairly incident-filled race. Oosthuizen, we haven't spoken too much about Oosthuizen this race.
No, Javan, yeah, 10th.
One of the LLC guys, I think, not in too much action. Matthew Boy coming across in 11th.
Oh, he did well.
Did a fairly decent recovery drive in the end. LaRue 12th, Minar 13th, Skywalker 14th, Lindsay Ray 15th, Rainier Leach, no, James Leach and Rainier Leach, then coming in 16th, 17th. Good.
All right, let me see if we can go and find our man. I'm going to put this back onto countdown.
So Zaya Mohammed in the YouTube chat saying the strategy made it wildly interesting. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, this was, I loved how it was so tight. You know.
Yep.
The one stop versus no stop strategy.
Jason also saying great, amazing strategy. Corne Briet, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am. How are you?
How are you?
Sure, but sweating, eh? Sweating.
Congratulations on the win, and more importantly the master stroke of just not stopping.
Yeah. Well, during the practice I saw it was possible, so I wanted to see if the tires live up to what Pirelli said they would.
Yeah.
And so I was loaded in the beginning with fuel, so I was slow, and Ruben behind me I knew as long as I can keep him as long as I can keep him behind me,
yes,
it will count in my favor.
Yes.
And I saw he went actually to the pit early, and then I used that stage to just calm down and not wear the tires. I actually gained 4 laps on the lap indicator of the tire indicator.
Goodness,
but
that's
driving just slower and more consistently. And last couple of laps I saw at a big gap, so I just took it easy and I slowed down even more. But yeah, that was insane. That was a lekker race.
How on that last lap we saw you did sort of a 202, which for you is exceptionally slow. Were you worried about fuel, or was that just to make sure you got over the line?
No, I had more than a lap of fuel still left. It was just the fact that it's not worth pushing.
Yeah.
I can easily crash out and lose that place. And I saw the 2 guys in front of me also fighting.
Yes.
So I actually just lift off and not interfere there.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I was saying to Nick earlier, I thought it about, there was 5 or 6 minutes to go. You were a good 12 seconds up the road, and I thought you would manage it a lot more from there, give away a second or 2 seconds a lap, because you seem to have it, well in the pocket, and it was an easy race to the end. But you were still pushing a relatively good pace, sub 2-minute laps all the way until the second last lap.
Yeah. But yeah, the tires felt well. As soon as the car became light, it was again easier to control the car. And then nobody was around me, so I could drive my own pace and control the race.
So you know what this is now going to do for Wednesday, hey Nick?
Yeah. Suddenly everybody's scrambling for different strategies. Although what I would say is, if you pick up damage, and it's highly possible
on this track, it's very possible. Yeah.
I hit the wall twice. Yeah, I drifted into the wall sideways.
And you didn't fight. Well, I mean, it clearly didn't affect your pace too much.
Yeah. Well, as soon as Ruben overtook me, I just slowed down a bit. But I tried to keep him behind me for as long as possible. But he was going to pass me because the weight difference was big.
Yeah, that happened quite early on, if you can remember, Nick. That was when the first overtake happened.
Yeah, last curb before the lap end.
That's it.
I hit that, and he got the opportunity.
Awesome. Well, go and have a beer or three and put your feet up and relish in that win. That was great. Well done, Corne.
Thank you very much.
Really
Lekker.
good result, and I hope the rest of the season for you is just as profitable.
Yeah.
Yeah, this upgrade package we brought seemed to have done the job.
Awesome.
Good
Great
man.
stuff, man.
All right. Thanks
Thanks,
guys.
Corne.
Okay, just
Cheers. Awesome, Nick. So that was a very interesting, different strategy for once, and great to see some people play with that strategy and actually come out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. And very, very well done to Corne for the win. Ruben, I'm sure you're wondering what could have been, but quite frankly, as I think your first race at SimRace SA, please correct me if I'm wrong, but
Actually,
that
Nick,
was
hang on.
that was phenomenal.
Let's just have a word with him. Ruben, are you there? Ruben?
Good in yourself. Sorry, I was watching the stream.
It's all good. I thought let's pull you in here and let's have a chat quickly while we've got some time.
No, that's no problem, man.
Yeah, very well done, Ruben. Congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
Thanks. Tired, sweaty, ready for a beer.
Awesome, dude.
Very unfortunate about whatever. Good call for him for that strat there.
Yeah.
Pitting.
Yeah,
I thought of it at the beginning, but I thought the tires were gonna go, so I threw half fuel, and then changed tires. Came in second at last, so
Yeah. So that's why you were so quick in the beginning, is because you had half a tank versus Corne's full tank.
yeah, I had about 30 liters of fuel, and then put another 35 at the end.
All right.
Well, in the middle.
okay.
Still, it
And,
was good pace, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, much appreciated. Worked very hard for it, so
Correct
to
me if
come
I'm
out.
wrong, is this your first race at SimRace SA?
yes, yeah. I've just signed up, I think Saturday.
Yesterday.
And then, this is my first race.
I mean, that's a proper introduction already on the podium.
Thanks,
Well
appreciate it.
Very, very well done.
Thanks, thanks.
Where's your sim racing background or racing background?
Sim racing. I've only been sim racing for about 3 years now. With a wheel, about 2 years. So don't really have that much sim racing experience. Real racing, only like go-karting at local courts,
Okay.
well, courses.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Well,
I tell you what, it certainly paid off today.
and welcome to SimRace South Africa, buddy. Walk in, kick everyone's ass. Well done.
Thanks.
We hope to see you on the podium many, many times.
Yeah, but
Thanks, me too. Maybe get a win next time.
go for the W.
Awesome.
Good, Ruben. Thanks very much for joining us, bud.
Thanks, no problem, eh? Good night, eh?
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Ciao. All right, Nick, I think that's it from my side. Anything more from your end?
Nope, not at all. Just to say that was a wonderful round to start us off for the new season, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. And we'll see you again very, very soon.
Yes, absolutely. So I'll see you again on Wednesday for those of you who's going to come and watch Div 2's race, and we'll see who does what there. You're not racing, Nick?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm desperately trying to prepare for the GT race.
Awesome. Well, come and join us on the YouTube channel then.
I will do.